Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving into absolute sporting history. We're going to break down the raw, high adrenaline mechanics of the 2021 FIFA Futsal World Cup final. You know, if you really want to understand how championships are won and lost, literally in the blink of an eye, this is your perfect case study. We're going to take that frantic, chaotic energy of this historic match, slow it way down, and look at the broadcast highlights to see exactly how a world champion was crowned. Let's just get right into it.
So listen to that. That's the breathless opening call from the broadcaster, and it sets the stage perfectly. There is just this specific, crazy energy that only a World Cup final can produce. The stakes? Absolutely maxed out. Nerves are completely fried, and every single touch of the ball carries the weight of the world. By leaning into this raw broadcast audio, we can really feel the electric atmosphere those players were stepping into.
Okay, let's set the stage for this matchup, because the dynamic here is absolutely fascinating. On one side, we've got Argentina. They're the defending champions, carrying the immense pressure of trying to keep their crown. They know exactly what it takes to win on this stage. And then on the flip side, we have Portugal. They are in the final for the very first time in their history. It's your classic epic setup. The established titans trying to hold the throne against the hungry, first-time challengers looking to make history.
To really break down the anatomy of this victory, we're going to follow a four-part arc today. The chaotic opening minutes, a massive mid-game red card, the late-game breakthrough, and finally, that heart-stopping final whistle.
As you might expect with stakes this high, those opening minutes were defined by pure, absolute chaos. Nerves were clearly a massive factor, and right out of the gate we saw a flurry of wild chances. I mean, the broadcast highlights this one heart-stopping moment where a shot looked for all the world like it had gone straight through the defense, only to dramatically smash right into the post. Let's zoom in on these early missed opportunities, because they really show you just how razor-thin the margins are in a final like this. First, you got that initial shot hitting the post. Then Thiago Brito finds an opening, but agonizingly hits the outside of the post. But honestly, the most telling moment of those early jitters was a missed opportunity that looked like a super simple tap-in. The player used his left foot when, as the commentators quickly pointed out, the right foot would have been the much better option. And why does that matter so much? Well, in the hyper-condensed space of a futsal court, that tiny microsecond it takes to adjust your weaker foot gives the goalie exactly the time they need to close the gap. A literal split-second geometry decision changes history.
Now, every great match has a catalyst, right? And this was it. The broadcast captures a critical foul on the far side by Argentina's Cristian Burrito, though honestly the frantic commentary makes it sound hilariously like they're yelling burrito. He fouls Portugal's star, Ricardinho. The officials confer, and yep, they agree. Red card, he is out of there. And in a blindingly fast 5-on-5 game like futsal, playing a man down is a total mathematical nightmare for the defense. It forces them into a desperate spot and creates this monumental momentum shift. And let me tell you, Portugal did not waste that shift. Enter Portugal's unstoppable top scorer, Pany Varela. The rapid-fire commentary is moving so fast here, they sound like they're calling him Penny or Patty. But hey, whatever you call him, he was the absolute man of the hour. With the defensive dynamics totally flipped, he rides to challenge and finally gets that crucial breakthrough, adding another goal to his already crazy tournament tally.
But guess what? He wasn't done. Just a bit later, he delivers this massive psychological blow, finding the back of the net for his second goal of the game. I mean, scoring once in a final is a dream. Getting a brace is just legendary. The broadcast rightly points out that he just could not stop scoring at that moment. That second goal pushed Portugal a huge step closer to their elusive world title.
And it's important to see that this wasn't just a lucky break, it was a total offensive avalanche. Sandwiched right between Pany's goals, we saw these breathtaking efforts by Eric. First, a ball beautifully chipped over off the crossbar, followed up by this lovely little flick that just had a tiny bit too much touch on it. It was just wave after wave of Portuguese attacks continuously battering the defending champs.
But look, you don't become the defending world champions by just rolling over. Down on the scoreboard, with the clock ticking away, Argentina launched this desperate, frantic, final push to tie it up. The final phase of this match, it is an absolute masterclass in relentless pressure and insane heroic defending. Just look at this barrage. It was pure desperation meeting pure resolve. Claudinho steps up, but Ricardinho tries to block his initial play, and he shoots wide, saved miraculously by Baby. Then Alan Brandy tries to create some space with a really nice turn in the middle, but nope, the defense shuts it down instantly. Claudinho fires yet another critical shot, and Pepe literally sacrifices his chest to make a brilliant save. It was an absolute siege, met by just incredible defensive heroics.
The tension in these final seconds is agonizing to watch. Every single loose ball, every blocked shot means Portugal is seconds closer to glory and Argentina is seconds closer to defeat. And it all culminates in one last, heart-stopping moment for Argentina. Basile finds himself with a vital opportunity. He has to shoot. The ball flies toward the net, and tragically for the defending champions, it smashes into the post.
the margins of victory once again coming down to literal inches.
And with that, the whistle blows. This quote captures the absolute emotional peak of the broadcast. An unbelievable finish. Portugal, the first-time finalists, actually pull it off and topple the defending champions to become the kings of the futsal world. Like the commentator perfectly puts it, these are scenes they're going to remember for the rest of their lives. A totally historic achievement.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a question to chew on. When you look back at the anatomy of this victory, what was the ultimate defining moment for you? Was it the early jitters and that fateful wrong-footed tap-in? Was it the devastating red card that mathematically shifted the momentum? Was it the brilliant 2 goals from the unstoppable top scorer, or was it that heroic chest-saving defense against Argentina's final barrage? The amazing thing about sports is that it takes all of these pieces perfectly clicking together to forge a champion. Thanks so much for breaking this tape down with me today.